Hello, I'm live. I'm live here on YouTube. How are you today? Did you have a good holiday weekend out with the kiddies, out with the grandkids and stuff? I'm going to elevate this a little bit. This is not the most flattering angle. I decided to do this live today. Let me see if I can turn this around. Orientation's locked to rotate device back. Okay. Anyway, I decided to do this live today because why not? Having fun with garlic. And it's something I've been meaning to do again for a while. And I have some time today, so I am doing it. I'm going to get some other books to try and elevate this a little bit higher. I thank you for being here, whether you're watching this now or whether you are watching this later. Let's see, how was that? Just for fun, I thought I'd wear my part of the costume I had on yesterday. And lighting is not the best, but don't know if that really matters. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Let me see if I can make this a little bit better. Okay. It's probably as good as it's going to get for today. So, like I said, fun with garlic. You know, Bernardo was a huge, huge fan of garlic. And I found this article about garlic by this lady named Janet Spencer. And it's an article that is in this local newspaper called Tidbits of Coachella Valley. And I thought my granddad would have gotten such a kick out of this. So I'm just going to read it to you. You know, Bernardo used garlic every day. He used it in his superfood smoothies, and he used it in preparing his green vegetables that he had every single day. So he would say that garlic and onions are cousins, and if you look in any of his books, if you look in his book Beyond 100, How to Live Well into Your Second Century, or if you look in Beyond 100, oh, that's what I just said. I meant to say Age Less, Live More, Achieving Health and Vitality at 107 Years and Beyond, or this book, Beyond 100. You see there's a beautiful illustration there of garlic and all the things in the garlic family, or the allium family. And he also made a paste out of garlic, which I showed you guys how to do it on this YouTube channel. There's actually a video on garlic paste. So I'll just read real quickly from this book on page 49. Garlic is one of the best foods for your health. I make my own garlic paste by taking fresh garlic cloves and putting them in a blender along with some olive oil until it forms a kind of paste. I then remove the paste from the blender with a spatula and store it in a jar in the refrigerator. You can use this to saute your green vegetables and add to your superfood drink. Garlic is very good overall and is also very good for the cardiovascular system. Add fresh parsley to your smoothie to get rid of any garlic aroma on your breath. Parsley neutralizes the odor. Odor. All right, so let's see what Miss Janet Spencer has to say. Fun facts. Garlic is a member of the lily family and is related to onions, leeks, scallions, and chives. According to the Agricultural Department's Economic Research Service, Americans annually consume about 2 pounds of garlic per person, with most of it contained in the flavoring of prepared foods. This is still far below the average of folks of various Asian nations, where they eat an average of 8 cloves per day, or 40 to 50 pounds per year. U.S. consumption is steadily rising, however, at the rate of about 10% per year. Okay, and then she gets into her bullet points. There are over 300 varieties of garlic grown worldwide. Garlic is unable to propagate through seeds and can only be spread by having their individual cloves planted. It only grows well where the spring and fall seasons are wet, but summers are dry. When properly tended, an acre will yield about 15,000 pounds of garlic cloves. 2. China is by far the largest producer of garlic, accounting for over 77% of world output, with India and South Korea following second and third, respectively. Egypt and Russia are fourth and fifth in order, with the United States ranking sixth. 3. Of the 800 million pounds of garlic grown in the U.S. each year, 75% comes from California alone. The U.S. imports another 100 million pounds from other countries. Page 3. The major portion of the garlic produced in America is ground and processed for use as seasoning in hundreds of prepared products, including ketchup, mustard, sausage, soups, pickles, and even pet food. Some of it is made into powders for salts, health tablets, and oils. Less than 15% of the total output is sold raw on retail produce shelves. Then she gets into garlic through history. Garlic and onions are among the oldest cultivated plants, with its history as a domesticated food plant dating back more than 7,000 years. The garlic we are familiar with is native to Siberia. Who knew? Siberians valued it so highly that they paid their taxes in garlic bulbs until the middle of the 1700s. Every man owed 15 bulbs, every woman 10, and every child 5. At the time the pyramids were built, 15 pounds of garlic could pay for the labor of a healthy male slave. I guess it's more like indentured servitude. I mean, if you're getting paid, then I guess you're not exactly a slave in the sense that we know it as. Okay, thinking out loud of myself here. The ancient Egyptians believed that onions, garlic, and radishes would give them magical medicinal powers that were needed for strenuous labor required of them. When supply of garlic ran out, the laborers went on strike. Built in 3750 BC and discovered in 1911, the tomb at El Mahasna, Egypt, contained replicas of garlic bulbs, carefully carved out of clay. They were placed there presumably to ward off evil spirits or give the deceased strength to find his way to his eternal home. King Tut reigned about 2,000 years afterwards, and when his tomb was opened, archaeologists found 6 perfectly preserved garlic bulbs placed beside him. An Egyptian medical book written on papyrus called the Codex Ebers, dating to about 1550 BC, lists over 800 therapeutic formulas, with a large number of them listing garlic as the base. Ooh, love to get our hands on that now, wouldn't we? The Old Testament book of Numbers mentions that while wandering through the desert, the Israelites complained to Moses that they greatly missed the meats, fish, and garlic that they once enjoyed while held captive in Egypt. Okay. 5 of Shakespeare's plays mention garlic, mostly in a disdainful way. Quote, "And most, dear actors, eat no onions nor garlic, for we are to utter sweet breath." From A Midsummer Night's Dream. In 1368, King Alfonso of Castile, a small Spanish kingdom, assembled a new order of knights in his court. Among his strict edicts, he instituted the new rule that any of the men were to consume any portion of garlic, they were not allowed into his presence for 1 full month thereafter. In medieval times, people often walked around with garlic in their pockets in order to ward off the plague. It didn't work, so don't try that. It is said that in the French court of King Louis XIV, the chef would chew a clove of raw garlic and then breathe on the king's salad in order to impart the essence of the flavorful herb without causing the king the embarrassment of having garlic breath. Okay, now she has a garlic a la Gilroy. Gilroy, California purports itself as being the garlic capital of the world, with some 14,000 acres of garlic under cultivation within a 90-mile radius. They are well justified in making that claim, with their huge crops yielding over 150 million pounds of garlic annually. Famed celebrity Will Rogers said of said of Gilroy that it was the only town in America where you can marinate a steak just by hanging it out on the clothesline. The town motto is eat, drink, and stink. And I've been to Gilroy, and there's a lot of garlic there, and there's restaurants that just specialize in garlicky food, and of course they have a garlic festival every year. Then in a box it says, First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt maintained that she kept her memory sharp by beginning each day by eating 3 chocolate-covered garlic balls every morning with breakfast. In 1979, this town of about 30,000 people capitalized on this by holding their first ever Gilroy Garlic Festival. Some 25,000 people came to sample all sorts of garlic dishes. Today, more than 130,000 people arrived to consume 5 tons of fresh garlic over the course of a 3-day festival. They elected garlic queen, a garlic breath-kissing contest, dancing to live music, posed for pictures with the mayor costumed as the world's largest garlic bulb, and hold a cooking contest with competing recipes, all containing large amounts of you-know-what. Gilroy also has boasting rights as home to the 6,000-acre Christopher Ranch, the largest producer of garlic in the nation. This multi-generational family-owned and commercially operated farm employs over 1,000 workers for growing, processing, packaging, and shipping their garlic products worldwide. I've used their garlic. You can buy it in like big bags. I think the bags are about, I want to say like 5-pound bags. Keep that in the refrigerator. You can also buy it peeled already. The Stinking Rose. There's a restaurant in San Francisco dedicated to garlic called the Stinking Rose. It's chic to reek, they say, proudly proclaiming that they season the garlic with food. You can start your meal with a martini served with a sliver of garlic. Okay, let's turn to page 11. There's supposed to be more on garlic here. Stuffed in the olives instead of a pimento, and end your meal with garlic-flavored ice cream. Or, if garlic extremes don't please your palate, you can order from the Vampire Fare menu sans seasonings. The chef goes through about 1,000 pounds of garlic per week. The restaurant is so popular that they have opened a branch in LA. Hefty halitosis. Afraid of offensive garlic breath? Some people claim that yeast tablets swallowed with a meal will help prevent that problem. Chewing caraway seeds or parsley is also said to help. Studies have shown sipping milk at the same time as consuming garlic can help neutralize bad breath. Mixing garlic with milk in the mouth before swallowing reduces the odor better than drinking the milk afterward. Plain water, mushrooms, and basil may also help, but the mix of fat and water found in milk is the most effective. Garlic breath actually arises from the lungs and not from the mouth. To get the garlicky odor off your fingers, rub with salt and lemon juice. Okay, then there's another page here, finding a few more facts about garlic. The addition of garlic to a recipe can amp up the taste of almost any delicacy. Not only does it accentuate the flavor of the dish, but at the same time it adds to the nutritional value. For example, right from curing blood sugar by reducing triglycerides, garlic can work wonders in preventing the curing of a variety of ailments. Garlic is not only good for health, but it can also improve your libido. This is due to the presence of allicin in garlic, a compound which increases the blood flow to the sexual organs in both men and women, but it doesn't work overnight. A minimal consumption of garlic on a daily basis for about a month can help you to reap its remarkable benefits in this category. Most people don't think of garlic as brain food, but it is. Just like garlic can enhance your athletic performance as it increases blood flow throughout the body, it can also improve the function of your brain. That's because your brain is one of the many organs that will be receiving the benefits of more blood flow, oxygen, and nutrients when you make this flavorful ingredient a part of your regular diet. When the brain receives more energy, it functions better. In fact, some studies indicate that consuming garlic regularly through your daily diet or in capsule form can actually increase your IQ. Then there's tips. Garlic tips. Garlic should never be stored in the fridge where the cold temperature encourages sprouting. A basement is better, cool and dark, but also fairly humid. Don't store garlic in plastic bags, which cause it to sweat and mold. I have noticed that problem with the Gilroy Ranch garlic. If I keep it in there too long, it does get moldy. Mesh bags are better, or a clay pot, cardboard egg carton, paper bag, or wire basket. The heads need to breathe. If shoots appear at the end of the clove, it's an indication that they need to be used right away because the flavor will begin to deteriorate at this point. You can also plant them like that. I've planted a bunch of garlic bulbs here. The flavor in garlic is best the first few months after it is harvested. It tends to get hotter in taste as it ages on the shelf. A whole clove of garlic doesn't have much of a smell, but the more it's cut and crushed, the sharper the flavor is. Since a clove the long way, slice a clove the long way for mildness and for long cooking dishes. Mince or chop the clove for pungency or fast cooking. Pressed garlic is stronger in flavor than chopped or minced garlic. Minced garlic will hold its flavor for only a few hours. It's best to cook garlic slowly at low heats. Cooking it quickly at high heats destroys the flavor. Garlic will keep longer if the tops remain attached. 1/8 teaspoon of garlic powder is equivalent to 1 clove of garlic. Garlic cloves, when distilled with water, yield an oil which is necessary to create olefins. Olefins are complex molecules used widely in the manufacturing of lubricants, sealants, and binders. The sticky juice within the bulb of cloves is used as an adhesive in mending glass and porcelain in China. Did you know that garlic can be effectively used as an insecticide? Garlic juice can be lethal to mosquitoes and is an effective repellent. Caution: rubbing it over your body also repels people. It can work wonders in the garden for ridding it of rabbits and moles. Vampires. Well, we've just gone through the Halloween season, so let's see what it has to say about vampires. One researcher theorized that the hereditary disease called porphyria is responsible for the creation of the vampire myth. Porphyria causes the body to fail to produce one of the enzymes needed to make the hem or hemoglobin in blood. One of the symptoms is extreme sensitivity to light. Another symptom is that the gums and the lips are drawn tight, making the teeth appear to protrude. Eating garlic stimulates production of heme, which worsens the disease. The lack of heme in their blood perhaps caused a craving for animal blood. Local inbreeding may have produced pockets of the disease in places like Transylvania, where legends of light-avoiding, fang-bearing, garlic-hating, bloodthirsty, and downright scary vampires arose. So there you go. I just wanted to share that. Thought it would be fun. I know that Grandpa would have gotten a real kick out of this list. He probably would have made a photocopy of it and sent it to me in the mail. So there you go. Garlic. Thank you, Janet Spencer from Tidbits of Coachella Valley. All right, well, have a great day, y'all. This is Erica. Bye.